If you want to experience fast-paced action like that and a lot of dark geese dropping into the decoys, then cackler hunting might be for you. I'm Scott Haugen, and we're going to take a quick look at the different subspecies of cacklers that are hunted in the Pacific Northwest. As with all hunting, the more we understand a target species, the greater our success will be. And for waterfowl hunters, this is especially true when it comes to cacklers. There are 4 subspecies of cackling Canada geese, and 3 of them are hunted here in the Pacific Northwest. The Taverner's cackler nests in Arctic Alaska to Canada's Mackenzie Delta and winters in Washington and Oregon. It's often seen mixing with other subspecies of Canada geese. The Aleutian cackler breeds on the western reaches of Alaska's Aleutian Islands and winters in central and northern California. In the 1960s, less than 800 Aleutian cacklers existed, but now numbers are very near 200,000 and hunting for them can be very good in California. Cacklers, or minimas, are the smallest of the 4 subspecies of cacklers, and these are the ones most commonly hunted in the Pacific Northwest. Cacklers nest on the coastal floodplain of Alaska's Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta, and while some birds still winter in California, most shifted their winter range northward in the 1990s. Cacklers, the minimas, are the smallest geese, some juveniles barely as large as a mallard. Cacklers have a wingspan of about 44 inches and are about 26 inches long. They have short necks and stubby bills. Adult birds weigh in at only 3 to 4 pounds, and due to their small stature, cacklers are pretty easy birds for hunters to knock down. Here we're looking at Oregon's Willamette Valley, known as the grass seed capital of the world. It's various forms of grass, especially ryegrass, which attract cacklers to this area. Cacklers start arriving here in October and head north to the nesting grounds in March. The hunting seasons for cacklers in Oregon are generous and spread throughout 3 seasons that start in October and end in March. A primary reason for the February and March cackler seasons along the Pacific coast even existing is because of crop damage, and with the total population of about 205,000, cacklers continue to thrive. Get a flock of 10,000 birds grazing in one field and it doesn't take long for farmers to incur substantial monetary loss. Get a flock of 20 to 30,000 in a single field and it can be wiped out very quickly. Many farmers put flags throughout their grass fields, hoping they will prevent cacklers from landing in them, but rarely does this help. The need to control overgrazing by cacklers, often on private lands, has created many hunting opportunities for waterfowlers. When looking to hunt cacklers, scouting and patterning birds is important. Typically, cacklers roost at night on water, usually on ponds, lakes, or marshes near where they're feeding. Shortly after daylight, cacklers head to the fields to feed. Sometimes flocks pick up feeding right where they left off the day before and head straight to those fields. These are the places hunters want to be. Other times, flocks mill around, covering several miles in an effort to find a spot to feed. This is when many small flocks from an area can join and make a giant flock, and these are the ones that are most destructive to farmland. After a few hours of grazing, cacklers often return to water to drink, preen, and rest. After a short time, however, they're back in the air, heading to the prime grazing grounds. Sometimes cacklers may stay in a field all day, especially if it has water for them to drink and they can safely preen and sleep. For hunters, patterning the travel routes of cacklers and pinpointing exactly where in a field these birds feed are key to success. Miss the X by even 100 yards and the birds may not even look at your decoy spread, no matter how big or appealing it is. With cackler numbers continuing to grow, so too are the hunting opportunities. Of all the goose hunts I've enjoyed over the years, there's nothing quite like watching over 20,000 cacklers funnel into the decoys. To actually feel the wind of their wings touching your face and hear such loud chatter you can't even talk to your buddy standing next to you is something every waterfowl enthusiast should experience at least once. We're fortunate to live in a country that allows hunters to have an active role in conservation, and helping control cackler numbers is one prime example of this. Enjoy the hunt and good luck out there.